Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, you are the absolute hero of your own financial story. Whether you're feeling, a little overwhelmed by your finances right now, or you're just looking for a clear, systematic path to level up, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to walk through a step-by-step blueprint to help you take complete control of your financial future. By the end of our time together today, you'll have the exact tools you need to construct a rock-solid, enduring financial house right from the ground up.
Okay, let's dive right into this. We're breaking this massive topic of wealth building down into 5 manageable building blocks. 1. Defining your personal wealth. 2. Calculating your net worth. 3. Budgeting like a doer. 4. The compound interest advantage. And 5. Navigating the investment pyramid.
First up, let's lay that foundation. Section 1. Defining your personal wealth. Before we even think about touching a spreadsheet, I gotta ask you directly. What is your actual definition of wealth? Seriously, take a second and reflect on your own life. Do you automatically picture a sprawling mansion and flying first class around the world? Or does wealth for you simply mean the absolute peace of mind that comes from paying your bills on time, without losing any sleep? Building wealth takes the right knowledge, for sure, but it all starts with figuring out what that word actually means to you personally.
And this brilliantly illustrates our first major breakthrough. The authors of the book, The Millionaire Next Door, put it perfectly. They wrote, "If you make a good income each year and spend it all, you are not getting wealthier. You are just living high." I mean, that completely shatters the illusion, doesn't it? Making great money doesn't automatically equal high wealth. If you make great money but spend every single penny of it, you aren't building anything. You're just living high. Wealth isn't about what you spend. It's literally all about what you keep and how you grow it.
Which brings us right into our second building block. Section 2. Calculating your net worth.
This is where we transition into the math phase of The Explainer. Now, to help us out, I want to introduce you to Anthony. He's 35, and he recently had this aha moment where he realized that at his current pace, he was not going to hit his family's financial goals. He needed a real strategy. But to build a strategy like Anthony needs, we first have to speak the language of wealth. Don't worry, we're keeping the jargon to an absolute minimum, so this is super accessible. The 2 words you absolutely must know are asset and liability. An asset is simply a wealth-creating possession, something that generally goes up in value or gives you a return. A liability, on the other hand, that's just money you owe to someone else. It's debt. Now, what's really interesting here is the sharp contrast between the things we own. Just because you own something doesn't mean it's a wealth-creating asset. A house, stocks, bonds, a retirement plan, these are true assets because they have the potential to build money over time. But a brand new car? Look, the literal second you drive it off the lot, it drops in value. It's a tool that gets you to work, sure, but it is a depreciating possession, not a wealth builder. Grasping that difference is a massive step forward.
So what is Anthony's actual number? It's his net worth, which sits right at $24,000. How did we get there? Super simple math. We took his total wealth-building assets, which included some cash, savings, a retirement account, and his car's value. That totaled $46,500. Then we just subtracted his liabilities, the car loan, credit card balances, student loans, which totaled $22,500. Assets minus liabilities equals net worth. This shows exactly what the baseline math looks like for everyday people just trying to figure out where they stand.
All right, baseline established. Let's move to the framing of our financial house. Section 3. Budgeting like a doer.
To really get this shift from just wishing for wealth to actively building it, let's contrast 2 totally different approaches. Meet Gabby and Sonia. Gabby is the wisher. She actually makes a really good income and lives a comfortable life, but she has 0 savings, no investments, lives paycheck to paycheck, and carries credit card debt. She just doesn't budget. Then we have Sonia, the doer. Sonia's a single parent with a much more modest income, but because she's a doer, she tracks every dime, lives within her means, pays off her credit cards, and invests every single month for her kids' college education. Sonia is in control of her future because she puts real action behind her dreams.
Well, Gabby eventually realized she needed to channel some of that Sonia energy. She started logging absolutely everything she spent. And let me tell you, it's pretty eye-opening when you actually write it all down. A $3.75 coffee here, a $15 pizza there, $10 for drinks with friends. When Gabby looked at her monthly budget, the truth hit hard. She was spending more than she earned. She was basically building debt, not wealth.
So, the crucial point is what happens next. Look at how Gabby adjusted her habits. She cut her premium cable TV, dialed back the clothes shopping, ate out a little less, and picked up a few overtime hours.
Nothing extreme, right? But these small, super doable lifestyle changes resulted in a literal magic trick. She went from losing $85 a month to having a fantastic $125 monthly surplus. That $125, that is her brand new wealth creation engine.
So what do we do with that engine? We transition to the roof of our wealth house. Section 4, the compound interest advantage.
I absolutely love this concept because it shows you the sheer superpower of time and interest rates working together. Imagine keeping your $125 a month in a shoebox under your bed. That's a flat line, zero interest. But if you get an 8% return compounded monthly, over 30 years, that exact same $125 a month completely crushes the shoebox strategy, rocketing your wealth upward. Compound interest is simply earning interest on your previously earned interest. It means your money starts working for you, basically multiplying your effort behind the scenes.
Which brings us to our fifth and final building block, Section 5, Navigating the Investment Pyramid.
Let's move to the strategy phase and see how this all builds together. How do you balance the return you want against the risk of losing your hard-earned money? Well, think of your investments like a pyramid. Step 1, at the bottom, is your financial foundation, basic savings and insurance. This is money you might need in the next 3 years. Step 2 is your medium-term hold, like bonds, for money you won't need for 3 to 5 years. And right at the top is Step 3, your long-term hold. That's your stocks and mutual funds, for 5 years out or much longer. The golden rule here? You only step up to those higher investment risks after you've laid a strong, secure foundation at the bottom.
Let's quickly run through those specific tools so you know exactly what you're building with. Down at the foundational level, you have savings accounts. Because these are federally insured, they offer essentially zero risk, though you trade that total security for a lower expected return. Moving up a level, you have bonds. This is essentially you lending your money to a corporation or the government, and they pay you regular interest. Then, as you step higher, we hit stocks, where you actually become a part owner of a company. Now, this isn't insured, and values bounce around a lot, meaning much higher risk, but the trade-off, a potentially much higher reward over the long term. Finally, mutual funds. These let you take that stock market risk, but spread it out, investing your money across dozens of different companies all at once. Ultimately, it's all about finding the exact right balance of risk and return for your specific goals.
And there you have it. We've covered the definitions, the baseline math, the budget shift, the magic of compounding, and the pyramid of risk. You officially have the systematic blueprint. Remember Gabby and Sonia? A wisher merely hopes for a better future, but a doer puts real action to their goals. So I'm going to leave you with this final vital question. You know the formula now. How will you build your wealth today? Take that first step, track that first expense, and start building your financial foundation right now. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on The Explainer.